In this use case, we'll look at how a financial services company could use iPerspective to publish data for their employees. This could also be published at the customer level, but in this case, we're just looking at how this financial services organization is going to roll information out for their employees to do analysis before they make visits to their customers out in the field. We have a number of database objects that provide information, detailed account information about their specific customers that we want to publish as web services. You can see I've published two services for this financial services company. One with account detail information, the other with account summary information. The account summary information is information just at the customer level. It tells you how many, the description for the account, how many shares they currently have, the last trade price, and so forth. If we look in the database itself, over here on the left, what we notice is we have some views within the database. One is the account summary view, and if I look at that, you can see that we've got people, shares, last trade price, and a bunch of information in the database. Then for account detail, what we see is for each person, each of their accounts, each of the shares, last trade price. Quite a bit of information is available for each and every one of those stocks that a person may own. So what we did was we took each of those, we dragged them, dropped them in this Great West Life Android application, and then we used the iPerspective. We're going to use the iPerspective mobile to actually view the information on a mobile Android client. So you can see I've got two different services. They're RESTful services that were exposed by iPerspective. If I open one of those services and, for example, execute the service itself, I can see the information, in this case in a JSON format. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my Android application. And here's my Android application. I could pre-configure this for my reps, or I could allow them to start out with a blank sheet and add all the services that they want. I previously added a couple of different features to here, one for the account summary in a tabular format, and you can see the information just like you saw before displaying on an Android phone, and another displaying as a graph. If I drill into a specific person, I'm going to see the details for that specific person and their stocks and trades, and again, this is the account detail information. If I drill into a specific stock, then I'm going to be able, so these are the individual stocks, and I can pick any one of these stocks, and I could see all the information for it. When I click on that, I'm going to see the Yahoo Finance information at the current time for that particular stock. So what you see is this ability for a customer to be able to take information and securely expose that information. And so now you're seeing it in Yahoo Finance. If I go back to the application itself and I go all the way back to my authentication page within the application, you'll see that if I log in as different people within the application, I could be authenticated to only see certain information or specific information depending who I log into. And so I can control this information as I see fit using authentication. The services that you see here, when I click on menu, I can add items to a dashboard, and the top level information is the account summary. So if I wanted to build a table of the information, you'll see that when I click on that, these are each of the column names, and I can show those columns. I can check and uncheck columns, and I can actually even resort that information. if I say I wanted to add this account summary information as a list, then what's going to happen is it's going to show me a few different list formats that I might like, or I can build a customized list where I say on line 1 I want to show the account information, the account description, and maybe I just want to show the person's name, for example, or their email address or phone number or whatever I wanted to display. I can put a name that's going to go up the top of the page, the size of the font, and then say add it to the dashboard. To create that graph that you saw, I said add account summary information to the dashboard, but add it as a chart. When I said I wanted to do it as a chart, you notice that it was I think that was a column chart. And so I picked a column, and in this case I picked the account description to be the text on the page, and then I picked the column chart, and then the column that I chose was the current value for that particular account. And then for the second series I chose that I wanted a line, and so I can pick a line chart. There's my line chart. And then I chose the growth since inception as the other field, added it, put in a new description, and said add column to the chart. If I had address information for these customers, I could say add the account summary information as a map, and then it'll ask me where is that address information, and then I can say select the fields and specify the field that would contain the address. Let's just say that last trade price contains the address, and what I want to show on the actual map is the account description, and maybe I want to show the current shares as well. So I would pick those, or current value, let's say, and then I would pick those, say add map to dashboard, and it would use whatever field you put in the full address to do its geocoding within the application. So hopefully you have a feel for one use case in which iPerspective can expose 401k financial information to a company's employees. Of course, it could be authenticated in a different way and show it to their customers as well. Thank you.